I've been asked how numbers stop being pretending to be abstractions, how they stop being abstractions and become energies. How did this happen for me? Well, I wrote what I thought of as my first masterpiece, which was a large volume totally deconstructing what was originally called Mengenlehre, theory of quantity, set theory, which was invented in its architecture by a mathematician called Georg Cantor. It was the predominant form of mathematics of the early 20th century, and there were three different schools, etc. I'm going to say that I had my book and thought that I'd created non-Cantorian set theory without tertium exclusive, without a particular Aristotelian logical law. Tertium exclusive is a permutative function or form of the law of non-contradiction and the law of identity. I started to realize there were problems with identities, infinite identities, and tried to elucidate that from within. I had to build a sort of calculus or framework to actually exhibit its internality, the internality of these numbers. It was extremely difficult, but I managed it, and I was sitting in my grandmother's house. And I got my masterpiece on my knee, and then a most peculiar event occurred. As I turned to look round, my grandmother had a budgie called Joey, and she always had the same name for this. Year after year, you'd up Joey, you'd give it swear words or whatever. And I looked, and this bird was transfigured into a creature with a human head and the bird's body. And I thought, am I going crazy? I don't know what is this what madness is like? Like you get visitors like from a dimension that can't possibly exist, maybe a dimension where unicorns stroll around or something. But this being, right, like looked at me and it started to bang its head on the cage like, let me fucking out of here or whatever. And I took this as an analogy for me and three-dimensionality. And then in the blinking of an eye, I was transfigured into an entity that could enter different dimensions, superlative dimensions, not numerical, though maybe someone can count them. I took my volume, this fucking masterpiece of life, absolute genius, and I threw it on the fire. And as soon as I'd done that, it's like, God, I've just decapitated myself or whatever. And I started to weep. And I looked like, I thought, what the fuck? And I looked at my hands. My hands were like this. They formed into I'd never done that for years, since I was a little bit boy. And my hands changed into sort of like perfect hands of like liquid, energetic gold. And then I realized that I'd sort of gone back home. Enough for now.